welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Glendred in for the vacation in Jerome Aegean. In our top story tonight, there was a two-car accident on the Melvin H. Evans Highway earlier today. News Channel 8's West Small tells us more at the new traffic light at the Home Depot.
Thank you very much. We are right by the Home Depot new stoplight here on the Melvin Evans Highway. And this is the remnants of what just happened about a half hour or so ago. As we had an accident here. We have 2 people so far at the hospital. A third could be going momentarily. None are life-threatening. Here's what we know, and you really need to pay close attention to this, folks, because Home Depot, as the cameraman turns around, has been really packed for the last week or so, ever since they've been open. We have one vehicle then coming from Home Depot, right, like this, and then another vehicle was coming from west to east like this, and we have a traffic light violation. That's all you need to know. It doesn't matter which one violated, because this is what the officers want me to get to you tonight. Folks, this is a new entity here. It's very crowded and populated. As time goes on, it's going to be packing even more. This is a new light. We're not used to this stoplight. The officers told me that for the last week or so since it's been up, they've been giving you warnings. But now look what happened. You're not paying attention. You need to pay attention and stay off the cell phones. Stop text messaging. This intersection could lead to a serious accident or a death. We don't want that to happen. Traffic Division is urging you then to be mindful as you approach Home Depot and as you leave. Take your time so you can get to your destination and pay attention to these lights, because we're not used to these lights being at this intersection. So let's rewind the tape. We have 2 already admitted into the hospital. At least they avoided what could have been a deadly accident. You need to keep your mind on what you're doing, especially when you're leaving Home Depot and you're traveling up this road with a new intersection with a stoplight. Now it's on. The police are no longer going to warn you. Now you get tickets. On the Melvin Evans Highway, please be careful. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And in other news, Hovensa lockout has moved into day 4. News Channel 8's Wes Small is with disgruntled white employees.
Here we are once again at Hovensa. I'm here with Steelworkers local president Ira Hobson, and again, his fellow employees. I've lost count what day this is. We know we got sidetracked with the rain yesterday, but we've noticed one thing, that they have moved their venue from the container port area to a more publicized area so that the people of the Virgin Islands could see their plight. Ira, where do we stand now? We understand negotiations broke through on Monday night, and you don't look happy. You look a lot sadder than last Friday, sir.
Yes, we met on Monday morning. First of all, my name is Ira Hobson, president of local union 8248, that do contractor work for Wyatt inside of Hess. We tried to get a contract with them, and by the 13th of this month, they came to us with the final offer. We took it to the membership, and the membership rejected. After they rejected the Thursday, the 15th of September, we went out to work as usual. When we get to work, they said we have to go to gate 6 and not container port. All the workers went there, and we was locked out. We stayed here till the end of the day, and then we went back on Monday. While we were there Monday, we get a call, said they want to speak with us. We went, we sit down for over 3.5 hours. Nothing changed. The same arrogant attitude Mr. Troy Parker had, along with Mr. Charlie Ingerman. That's a lawyer out of St. Thomas who feels that nothing is good for working men in this territory. He appears like you want to go back to the old days where you work for farthing and 1 cent, and when you get it, they still take it back from you for housing. We have insurance, we have family here, especially women who have children going to school. We have people going into college and no insurance. That's one of our main objectives, insurance. If anything else come after, we appreciate it, we'll be thankful. But one of the biggest things is insurance. We build Wyatt for 9 years. This crew here and others, some gone, some come, but this crew here, and maintain Wyatt here. I am saying to you, Wyatt need us, we need Wyatt, and they cannot work in here without us. They have a job coming up next month, October, to do. And if they don't have us, they are not going to be there. And I'm guaranteeing you and the public here, any contractor fortunate to pick up those work. They must hire us. We are already, they must hire us.
Because you're in the system.
We are in the system to be hired first and employment. We are the last crop of knowing what to do in the plant when it comes to boiler maker, iron worker, pipe fitter, expediters. We are the last and welders. We are the last crop here. The centers, we had a lot of good boiler makers, like I said before. They are outside the plant because I don't know where it came from, that you must pass the test, you must think. They couldn't pass the test, so they went. No, we here can pass the test. We went, we educate ourselves, we take training where we needed to be trained, so we know we are the last cream of the crop left.
Let me ask you something. I've heard on the streets and the public that this crew right here has the nastiest, dirtiest, and possibly unsafest job at Hovensa. Is that true?
Yes. Yes, we do also. We're going to these vessels that are 100 feet
inside the tanks?
Inside the tanks.
How many of you guys here work inside the tanks?
Everybody
here.
Reactors, drums, towers. And it's very dangerous sometimes because even they wash it, there could be a little pocket remain. And even they tell you use certain PP and whatnot. Not easy. And sometimes the regulations, sometimes, depending on how it is and what PP you have, you're supposed to stay in there no more than 10 minutes. And sometimes you come out and have a break. These men for us walk around and see you. Hey, look, them man out there sitting now, and that's not good. And about the situation, I'm saying, the way they present the negotiation to us is not good enough. Like, listen, I'm going to give you this piece of bread. If you don't want it, you take it or leave it. That's not good. And for me, my opinion, it's to stand up, even if how I feel, to go and work for less. Because they say we are a wired family. And we work for them and establish them and make them stand good. And I don't think they should treat us that way. They should actually work with us together, hands in hand, and reason. Don't say, you either take it or leave it. That is not good.
How many years have you been working for Wyatt?
I'm working for Wyatt from about roughly 9, going into 9 years. November,
the roughest
9 years.
They've ever treated you?
They've been treating all the time and so on. Even time you go out of the rain, come in. They had to meet you, get up out the rain, and they're saying you disorderly conduct. Wyatt, management, top management,
why do you think the Wyatt is treating you guys like this?
I think the reason
Hovensa's behind it.
Yes. And one of the things, I think where they came from and our custom is very different. Because I remember when we were building the FCC, Hank Wright had to tell them, you have your rotation. Remember you're dealing with people down in the Caribbean from different islands, it's not like up in the States. I remember I told that when they had the shutdown. They have some attitude. Like even if you have a policy saying, you deal by the command, like the foreman will tell you, come and do this. You may be waiting on the foreman. The supervisor will come and say, hey, come on, go over there. And that's bad.
No respect.
No respect.
All right.
And that's one thing. And it's better to die for something, stand up for something, than stand up for nothing. That's my opinion. Because they need to treat us with respect.
All right, big man, you were saying.
I just want to make sure that everything is clear, that they say that we're one of the highest paid and most expensive contractors around. But also people got to realize again too that we're paying a lot for insurance and premium. But also along the thing, White is complaining about the budget. But yet they could budget to bring down 200 to 300 people, pay them the same pay we give them.
What color are those 200 or 300 people?
They're from different ethnic backgrounds, between Mexicans, Caucasians, blacks, and everything also. But my point is about it, when you could tell me you want to give us a 2-year pay freeze along the way, but yet you could have a relocation bonus what's based on top of their rate of pay and increase the money for them to come down because we get a pay freeze to make money for people off island. It doesn't feel good again too, because one of the things we tell them is hire locals. We have people that's going to craft tests, training in Pinnacle. They're spending their hard-earned money to get opportunity to come inside the refinery. And when you're telling them that they're not qualified, even though the NCC are trained, just like those guys coming out of Houston and Louisiana, and you tell them they're not trained, but you're willing to pay plane ticket, hotel, relocation bonus.
I want to tell you that there's a 1 o'clock meeting that you're going to talk about today in a state whim. What can you expect at that 1 o'clock meeting? Are things going to be any different when you get to the bargaining table? And when will you go back to the bargaining table?
I'm not sure when we're going back. This meeting 1 o'clock is for all the lockout workers at the union office to get to our next strategy, what we intend to do, and get all the workers. We need everyone who locked out to be involved. Everyone has to be involved, not some and not the other, all of us. So we're calling this meeting 1 o'clock, that we get all our workers and we're going to strategize among ourselves to know what is there. Because it's not a one-man show. It's 154 right is effective right now. And we need everyone to take their rightful place. We don't want 6 making a decision for the rest. So everyone come and we put out something on the floor, we vote on it, majority carry. Majority may not be always right, but majority carrying. So we need everyone to be there 1 o'clock and we move on from there for our next step.
All right, well, you've discussed what you want your members to do, but when people watch this tonight, what do you want the public to do? Obviously, that's why you moved on this main road, because a lot of people take this road. Well, you want people to honk their horns, give you some supplies like some drink, just like call the senators. By the way, the Commissioner of Labor, Albert Bryant, will be speaking to Rotary right around the corner at Gertrude's tomorrow. Have you heard anything from the Department of Labor to try to help you guys out?
No, the Commissioner was there with us the other day and he talked and
Not much more
than he can do and say, well, I will encourage some of my workers, even a half dozen of us, to go where he having this lunch, the Rotary. So I will be sure I will go and keep others here.
At 12 o'clock, I'll be there tomorrow as well.
Yeah, we'll get them to go there and see and show.
Okay,
I would like the public to come out and support us, because we're saying if we don't put a stop to what is going on, it's going to be another contract. And I'm sure I have one coming up next year, which is Turner. The same criteria will happen. So we have to put a stop into it.
All right.
They have no behavior. They have no respect for us.
All right.
And I think we are nothing.
Okay, Ira Hobson, local president of Steelworkers right here. In case you're just joining us, over 150 members locked out since Friday. They have not gotten any farther in the negotiating table. Mr. Hobson leaving us tonight with some fine words that echo my college professor, Angela Davis, the former Black Panther. And here's how it goes. If they come for these people tonight, they'll surely come for you tomorrow. You could bank it. I'm Wes Small by Hovensa for News Channel 8.
Thank you, Wes. Well, a meeting took place this afternoon, and we'll give you more on the findings and tomorrow's newscasts. Coming up, we have Caribbean news and much, much more. We'll be right back. Let's take a look at what's happening in the region. Here's your Caribbean report tonight. Heads of the state of health leaders from the Caribbean reached out to their counterparts in other regions to urge stronger collaborative action against non-communicable diseases, NCDs, as the United Nations General Assembly passed a historic resolution on the same project yesterday. Dr. Denzel Douglas, Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, co-chaired a roundtable discussion of fostering international cooperation to address non-communicable diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and diabetes on the sidelines of the United Nations. Caribbean leaders say it's a sub-region in the Americas that has been most heavily affected by the rising epidemic of NCDs such as cancer, heart disease, and chronic respiratory illnesses and diabetes. Account of nearly 50% of disability-adjusted life years lost to the Caribbean, and the economic impact of these diseases threatens the development of the region's small economies. The cost of Trinidad and Tobago government bailout of CL Financial, the Caribbean's biggest private business conglomerate after its collapse during the global economic crisis, is likely to rise more than $3 billion, according to a recent report produced by Reuters. The company, founded in 1993 by Trinidad-born entrepreneur Lawrence Dupree, once held billions of dollars in assets in a portfolio of more than 60 companies in the Caribbean, Europe, the Middle East, and East Asia. It fell into serious liquidity problems when the worldwide financial crisis set its forcing the Trinidad and Tobago government to inject a $1.2 billion in the company. The government will likely need to add another $2 billion to the bailout plan, a source reported recently from the finance ministry in Trinidad. It was undoubtedly the best race of the day, judged by the sheer excitement it generated. Horse racing fans showed up in the record numbers to witness the annual Don Bartlett Memorial Stakes event in Nevis, were screaming their lungs out as the horse races raced down the final stretch. The unusual aspect of the race, number 4, however, centered on the horse known as Chic Song. The horse was definitely not in contention as it approached the final incline, and at this point decided to ditch its jockey. Many people present at the race are still convinced that the late Don Bartlett took over the reins of the horse and guided it first place. Others were left to wonder how it was that the Chic Song did not place and was actually disqualified. Nevis Turf and Jockey Club Emmanuel Jeffers indicated that even the jockey dropped the whip and the rider horse would not qualify for the place. Well, here's your weekly Crime Stopper with Judy Fricks.
This is Judy Fricks with your weekly Crime Stoppers report. Crime Stoppers is asking for your help to solve the following crimes. If you know something, say something. Even the smallest bit of information may be just what law enforcement needs to solve the following crimes. On St. Croix, VIPD and the families of the following victims need your help to resolve these unsolved murders from 2009. The information you give will help bring closure to the family and friends of those who lost their lives to senseless violence. The victims are 20-year-old Jean-Pierre Barone, 41-year-old George Clinton, 35-year-old O'Neill Tully, 20-year-old Ivor James, 59-year-old Peter Desjardins, 24-year-old Marlon Roberts, and 23-year-old Isaiah Joseph Filbert. If you're the one who knows something, say something. And on St. John, in recent months, individuals have reported various issues concerning the care and treatment of animals on the island. The Virgin Islands Police Department thanks you and wants to encourage all the citizens of St. John to continue to report all cases of animal cruelty. These cases will be investigated and the people involved will be prosecuted. And on St. Thomas, on Saturday, July 28th of 2007, at about 7:45 in the morning, police responded to a report of blood coming out of a trunk of a car in the area of Peterborough Road. Now, when they got there, they discovered the body of a male, Alvin Morton. He had been shot multiple times. He was in the trunk and he died. If you have any information about this crime, call Crime Stoppers so you can help bring closure to the family of Mr. Morton. You can report information on these or any other crimes at www.crimestoppersusvi.org, or you can call 1-800-222-TIPS, which is 8477. Your tips are completely anonymous and are stateside operators. They speak several languages. If your information leads to an arrest or recovery of stolen property, illegal drugs, or weapons, you will receive a cash reward. The minimum reward for the arrest of a person involved in animal cruelty is $357. The minimum reward for the arrest of a homicide suspect is $1,500. This has been your weekly Crime Stoppers report.
When we come back, we continue our goodbyes and farewell to all my children. We'll be right back. With 2 days left of All My Children right here on ABC Network, we say our final goodbyes for the rest of the week. Here's Wes Small.
Thank you very much. 40 years it's been, All My Children. Now going off the air. I'm here with Norma from the Domino Club. Long time. How you doing, Mama?
I'm fine, thank you.
The pig's still drinking that
Still
beer?
drinking the beer.
All right. All My Children. Going off the air after 40 years. God, I know you're going to miss them as compared to those Trinidad soap operas. Who are you going to miss, like, with All My Children?
I'm going to miss Jess and Erica, and it's a sad moment to say goodbye to the entire cast of All My Children. We love you and we'll miss you all.
What's the name of the pig that's in there now?
We have Hurricane Roger, Grant, Jen, and Vic.
4 of them?
4 of them.
Boy, they've been busy little beer-drinking pigs, haven't they? Which one of those watches All My Children?
Jem.
Who?
Jem.
Jim? Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to Jim right now. Here is Jim. A little history on Jim here at the Domino Club. Jim, look at him smiling. He's smiling for TV. Jim is a male pig, but he's got the name of a precious stone, Jim, with a G, just to make sure. And for the animal welfare people, this is non-alcoholic beer. I now want to ask the magical question why I'm here at the Domino Club. Jim, how do you feel about All My Children going off the air? You're upset about that, aren't you? Well, there you have it. Jim is certainly upset about Erica and Jesse and all of them. Isn't that right, Jim? Oh, you see that? I think he deserves a reward. Thank you.